What is 518,000 divided by 6?
86333.33.
Well, if a human calculator doesn't impress you, what about a boy band? In fact, we have our own Backstreet Boy of self-development.
BCD is really a great environment to learn and to develop yourself.
This is Robert, part of our global finance team, and on this episode, he breaks down the choreography on how to make simple steps towards winning with numbers.
At the end, management needs to make a good decision, and finance helps make that decision.
I'm Chika Eloy, and this is a conversation designed for BCD people with BCD people. On this show, we're running through the diverse cultures of talent at BCD Travel, and we're showcasing our most confident self-colleagues. So come on, let's go have some fun as we explore the different functions, spaces, faces, and the complexities across our world of BCD.
Well, salutations and welcome everybody to this week's episode of A World of BCD. I have a very special guest on with us today, Mr. Robert Vriese. Welcome to the podcast this week.
Hi, Chika. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
And Robert, I know that you're going to tell us your story in just a second. You are based in the Netherlands and you are part of the merger and the acquisitions group within finance. So let me give you the microphone and maybe you can give us the 30 to 2 minute update. Who are you? What do you do? And why are you at BCD?
Yeah, okay. Well, my name is Robert Vriese, and I'm a manager of global controlling and merger and acquisitions. And within BCD, I have a dual role. So I'm working for global controlling, working on the budgets, forecasts, and actual reporting, but also on merger and acquisitions. As we are growing and growing within BCD, we take over quite some companies in the past couple of years, and I'm part of that in guiding the processes around,
Hey, I got a quick math question for you, Robert. What is 518,000 divided by 6?
That's 86333.33.
What? Are you a magician or something? All right.
Yes.
Before we dive deeper into what it is that you actually do, typically for a non-finance person, when they hear that somebody's in finance, they go, oh, you're in finance. What typically is your response to that?
Well, it's not only looking at the numbers, but it's looking at the big picture and being a sparring partner for the management. At the end, management needs to make a good decision, and finance helps make that decision. And we give them the right numbers so they can make the right decisions. And we need to take into account all the stakeholders. So it's not only the employees that want to have a better pay, or the clients that want to have a better pricing, or banks that want to have a great return on investments, or the shareholders that also want to have their dividends being paid. We all need to balance those factors in our decision of reporting.
That's fascinating, Robert, and I know I've never actually thought of it as so many different areas that you have to consider. I always thought that, finance is black and white, so that's good perspective. So jumping back into this whole controlling, what does the controller do at BCD Travel?
Yeah, as a business controller, we talk to the business in how we are performing today. And this upcoming period, we are also working on the budgets, and we are checking how the outlook looks like for an upcoming year for 2019. And also for forecasting, we're checking if we are managing our actuals. So if we're outperforming, we can also spend more and invest in new ideas.
What's more stressful for you, Robert? Underperforming or overperforming? And the reason why I ask is because if somebody asks me to project the future, that's sometimes more stressful than knowing what's happening right now. What for you is more stressful in your role?
Underperforming. We have some struggles within certain regions, and there are a lot of decisions that we then need to make, or at least the management. For example, a hiring freeze or letting go of certain people, and that's not fun. So that's definitely something that we don't look forward to. And at a global level, BCD is doing great, and that's the fun part.
Right.
So we can really invest and look at the future.
The whole phrase, Robert, use it or lose it. I've often wondered about this, especially when it comes to, like, personally, for my budget. If I budgeted X amount for training and I've done a good job over this year and I've actually saved money and I don't spend all the money that I budgeted, do I truly lose that next year? How does that work in your work?
It's not something that you will lose. You always need to budget based on reality. If you think next year you will need to spend more and you have a good story behind it, then it's always available. So it's always based on the story that you have behind the numbers.
And so you're a great storyteller too, or a great listener to stories. And then you have to make your judgment, and your team has to judge around that too in the big picture. So, Robert, what is 183,629 times 6? 183,629 times 6. Go.
That's 1,101,747.
In the world are you? I'm so glad that you're controlling right now. And so if we were to shift real quickly to the whole merger and acquisition capacity that you work at BCD, maybe you can speak to what that is, because a lot of folks and our listeners may not actually know that we have a person that's working on that.
Yeah, we don't have a whole department within BCD Travel for merger and acquisitions. I'm actually the only one that has a dual role and working on merger and acquisitions, and the rest is all done by the regions. So I'm mainly coordinating all the projects for merger and acquisitions, and that could be that a party is approached us in wanting to sell his or her company, and we are looking then at that prospect and make a decision whether we are interested in such a party, and then take the next steps in the process and looking if this is a strategic fit and if we want to do this acquisition.
If you were to go up the Excel sheet of your organization, maybe you could walk us up. Who's involved in that? It's you, and then who do you report to all the way up? All the way up.
For merger and acquisitions, I work closely with Kees Waterburg and the global CFO. And with the projects, it's not just a global M&A party. It's really the region that needs to decide if a company is good to buy. So the region really needs to decide whether they are interested in such a party and if it's a great benefit for us to include this in our in the financials. After we see that there is a strategic fit, we also do a due diligence. So we're looking really into the financials of this company, and the clients that they have, the technology that they have, and looking also from these sides if there is a match between us and that company.
That is cool. And so as you look forward, as you project forward, knowing that you work close with the CFO, the global CFO, as well as the strategic arm of BCD, just thinking forward, where do you see us as a company moving?
I think that we as BCD need to keep investing in technology and innovation and also in people, because we're expanding a lot. And as I mentioned already, the integration of these companies is quite difficult sometimes and takes a lot of work, but we need to do that, to invest in that, because we as BCD need to be flexible to change, as also the customers of BCD Travel are changing and being more demanding, want to have more services, and we want to provide those services to the customers. So we really need to keep investing in these type of areas to be and to have a strategic advantage.
So Robert, we've talked about your challenges. What about BCD excites you in your role?
BCD is really a great environment to learn and to develop yourself. Myself, I participated in the challenge program, in the global challenge program, which was really fun and really learnful. Yeah, it's really good to meet other people in different departments, but also see the same struggles everyone have on a managerial level, and to use those people as well as a sparring partner on how to develop yourself and the people around you, and being a better manager, better coach, better trainer.
Do you find that since you've been through such a program that that's actually happening for you?
Yes, I see that around me, that I'm far more self-aware on how I am, but also the people around me, and also coaching people around me, and also let them grow, because at the end it's a team effort that you do, and it's not only that you need to invest in yourself, but also the people around you.
So, Robert, if you were to give any advice to anybody in BCD, whether they've been here 30 years or been here 30 days, what advice would you give them about their confident self?
Always try to challenge yourself, and that can be in such a challenge program, or for example, I also did a presentation for a group of university students. It's really important to keep learning and to really challenge yourself in that.
That is awesome, Robert. Now, I have 5 rapid-fire questions that I'm about to slam at you. Are you ready to take on the challenge?
Yes, I am.
Great. So, Robert, first question out of the blocks. What is your favorite karaoke song?
Backstreet Boys.
Wait.
I wanted that away.
Come on, you've got to give us a little bit of love right now. Can you drop a couple of lines? I know you're in the office. CFO's down the hall.
And I want it that way.
That's my man right there. Question number 2. Would you choose to hold a baby panda or a baby penguin?
Baby panda.
Baby panda. Number 3. What did you have for dinner last night?
I had a delicious pizza.
A pizza. So we're going to move to number 4. Since you are based in the Netherlands, you're going to teach us some Dutch right now. How do I say hello?
Hello.
Oh, how do I say thank you?
Dankjewel.
And how do I say I love you?
Ik hou van je.
And that's, I guess, something that you shared because you recently got engaged. Is that correct? Congratulations,
Yes.
my friend. Congratulations. And question number 5, we always finish with the same question. What do you love most about working at BCD, Robert?
BCD is always open to develop yourself.
Thank you, Robert, and we appreciate you being on here. I'm going to include all of your contact details at the bottom of this podcast. Make sure you reach out to him if you've got any financial questions. I got a final math question because you've been blowing my mind. What is 16 plus 1.23 mil plus 67,583? Come on, man.
1,279,599.
Oh, well, we're going to have to look that up because I can't believe that you're doing this, my friend. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
And we will see you next week on A World of BCD.